Hi everyone, welcome to Bounce with B, episode 9. Apologies for sounding like this. I'm coming out with a cold. Today's topic is called going the extra mile. I had a different topic, but this situation happened a couple hours ago that inspired me to talk about this. So a quick backstory: I just got in from traveling. While in transit, I was supposed to have a layover of about 3+ hours, but I wasn't feeling well. And when I landed my connecting city, I realized that there was a Seattle bound flight that had been delayed. So my gut feeling was like, oh, try to go make that one. So I get to the gate and I'm online. There's a long line because apparently the delay, it had been delayed for like 2+ hours. And the lady agent, Jennifer, she was like, she took my document. She was like, I can't, it's not letting me change your itinerary, but I'll go talk to my partner over there. And she points at this man, Mr. Ainsworth. Lovely, had a red blazer, like bubbly personality, warm and smiling the entire time. So I got on this line and it was my turn. I told him, like, I'm not due to fly out for another couple of hours, but I saw that this was delayed and I wanted to see if I could get on. And he was like, what are your where are your documents? And he begins his crunching. He placed a few calls, hang up, crunch again, place a few calls. While he's doing this, one of the other agent comes and he's like, well, what are you trying to do? And he's explaining to him, and this agent is like, oh, I tried to do that for another passenger, but it's not letting me because of the system. It's not coming through our system, it's coming through a third party, so we need to override it. And Mr. Ainsworth explained to him that, yeah, like if you call the ticket initiator, or they are able to give you permission to override the itinerary. And that was what he was doing. So the other agent was like, oh, okay. The whole process took like 30 minutes. Once he was able to confirm that they could override my itinerary, he then called baggage and told them that, look for this luggage, make sure you transfer it over to this flight. And then once I was done, he came back and confirmed with me that they were able to get my luggage onto the plane. Now, I'm sure some of you will be like, what's the big deal? He's doing his job. I think that yes and no. Yes, he's doing his job. No, in the sense that his job was to see if it was possible, and they checked in your system. It said no, not possible. But he didn't stop there, right? Like, he took it a step further. Like, he made the sacrifice, and I'm using the word sacrifice intentionally. He made the sacrifice to like go a step further. Like, okay, I know it's possible, but it requires some extra work. Let me do those extra work. And I was thinking that, why did he do this? There was nothing in it for him, right? It's not like I could tip him, and if I could, I would have, because he made my day. And he did all of that. It took 30 minutes. He could have seen 10 other customers who had 3 minutes worth of issue that could have been easily resolved. But he spent that 30 minutes with me trying to make sure that I was able to get on that flight. And that touched me. And it made me wonder, like, how am I being Mr. Ainsworth? Like, how can I be Mr. Ainsworth? Because it's inspiring. Like, it made me feel that there was still good in this world. And talking about good, like going the extra mile, I don't know why I'm doing this because he could have done it just because. And that's what I'm choosing to believe, that he did it just because. It wasn't like I was gonna pay him. I'm telling myself he did it just because. Now there are many reasons why people will go above and beyond. It could be for appreciation, to make themselves feel good. I don't care. For me, it was just the impact of like, this amazing person exists in the world, reassuring me that there's still good out there. Like, not everyone is looking out for themselves. There are some people who could be other-minded. And I say sacrifice because, for me, a sacrifice is not something that's convenient. No. Sacrifices are not meant to be convenient. That's why they're called sacrifice. Sacrifices require a pinch. They require discomfort. Like, if you feel comfortable making a sacrifice, then you've not made a sacrifice. You've just made a decision. For example, someone could say, oh, I sacrifice time. Or so for example, would be, I'm going somewhere. I'm going downtown, and I have someone say, oh, hey, Buki, I'm going downtown too. That's not a sacrifice, right? Because I'm already going downtown, so what's the big deal? Or oh, Bookie, I really like XYZ of yours and I really want it. If that item was something I really didn't care about and I'm like, oh, sure, you can have it, I didn't really sacrifice because I didn't really like that item. A sacrifice could be something I really cherish, something I really love, and like I'm on it, like tunnel vision in, and that now I have to shift gear and I'm like, oh, I didn't really see that coming. Oh, if it doesn't pinch you, you've not really made a sacrifice. And I feel that, I hope, well, not even I hope, I feel that there was a pinch with Mr. Ainsworth. That 30 minutes of spending with one customer could have been applied to other people, or him taking a break, or going for lunch. I don't know, but it definitely touched me, and it inspired me to want to be better. It inspired me to actually reflect on areas that I can be in Mr. Ainsworth. In what department can I be better at making sacrifices? I feel like many of us have the opportunity to be Mr. Ainsworth, but people who do just because, people who are just able to go the extra miles and make the sacrifice. His action may have been small, but to me it was huge. And I wrote this down on the plane, so forgive me if I'm reading off script. I feel like the only asterisk here is that some people do just because things because they expect something in return. If you do a just because act and someone matches that just because, then great, you know, it's awesome, it's wonderful. If you do a just because and people look at it like you didn't do anything, also great, because at the end of the day, you didn't do it for that other person. You did it because there was something in your spirit that made you do it, and at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. I'm really thankful for Mr. Ainsworth. Wherever you are in the universe tonight, I wish nothing but awesome energy, good karma, multiple blessings. As you touched me today, I hope that people will touch your life as well. I hope that this do good small random act of kindness inspires you all to also reflect on areas where you can do things just because. Until next time, have a great week ahead. This is Bookie with Bants with B. See you. Okay.